It's mid-April now. I'm going to give an update on the COVID-19 transportation impacts. The number of worldwide cases is at approximately 2.3 million. And in this video, I'm going to go through some of the various data sets, data sources that are available from companies and organizations helping us understand the transportation impacts of COVID-19. There are several general mobility data sources from Streetlight, Cubic, Google, Facebook, and Apple. There's some highway-specific traffic volume data from NRIX and MS2 Soft. There's transit data from Transit App. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about the Maryland Transportation Institute's visualization that shares a number of transportation impacts related to COVID-19. From the University of Maryland, they've put together several metrics used for looking at COVID-19. And I'm going to specifically zoom in here on the state of New York. It has the largest number of cases in the United States, and look at some of these metrics that are available. So we can start with this map looking at the social distancing index, and it shows us how well a state or an area may be doing in terms of keeping their social distance. And if you look to the left of the graph, you'll see sets of two lines, and this is essentially the weekends as we move towards the coronavirus and COVID-19 restrictions that were put into place within the past month or so. And so we'll see that on the weekends, during normal conditions, people did social distance more. People weren't as out as often or interacting with people at work and in other situations. And essentially now with the restrictions in place, people are more social distant than they were even on weekends in kind of normal operating periods. We can look at the percent staying home, and we're going to see a similar pattern there. We see the weekends in the January, February, March, early March timeframe, and then as COVID-19 cases increased, a higher percentage of people staying home over time. We see trips per person decreasing over time. We can see some weekend effect in January and February, and then through today where we see just the overall number of trips decreasing over time. Similar to the percent of out-of-county trips, so this is looking at what are the impacts of people traveling to further places and potentially spreading the virus. Miles traveled per person over time has dropped tremendously as well. Similarly, work trips per person, and we see a big weekend effect here as well, even looking back at January and February, as well as non-work trips per person decreasing when the travel restrictions have been in place. We can see that there's a relationship between those various metrics of travel and the new COVID-19 cases. And we can also see just general population information. Over on the left side of the screen, we see various states and 5 of these metrics. We can also look at this at a county level to see within a state, how are the counties operating and functioning on these various metrics.